Hello, I'm Alex Mansfield, the host of Manny Talks Shooting, and welcome to another episode. This is the shooting podcast where I talk to individuals all across the shooting industry. We'll talk competition, self-defense, concealed carry. If you like this content, check out our YouTube channel, Manny Talks Shooting. And without further ado, let's get to this episode. Welcome, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Manny Talks Shooting, the shooting podcast where I talk to individuals all across the shooting industry because I can, because I do what I please. If anyone actually cares, this is recorded early July 2022, if you actually care. But this show is sponsored and brought to you by Bill Duda and his friends over at Go Fast Don't Suck. So go check out gofastdon'tsuck.net. Go get your dry fire targets, your shirts. If you're a match, go get some banners. Go get the memes that you might be entertaining. They might be true about you, so don't take them too personally, but it's okay. So go check out Go Fast Don't Suck and go get some merch. Tell them Manny sent you. You might get a laugh. You might get some funny note written on your order. I don't know. I can't promise anything. So without further ado, let's get to today's guest. Today's guest is T. No. How are you doing?
Hi, good. How are you doing?
I am doing good. It's been a fun one. It's actually funny because I made this work out. So Ken's episode will come out, and then T's episode comes out. So it's just like they were doing it together, but they're not. So it's okay. But anyway, T, how are you doing?
Doing well.
Good. That is good to hear.
Yeah, just getting my house stuff all fixed up. If you've probably seen my Instagram stories, but it's been fun.
Is that your new part-time job now, is remodeling your home?
Basically, yeah. I haven't had much time to dry fire or do any shooting or anything lately, but yeah, just working on the house.
Well, remember, it's too hot in Texas to go shooting in the summer.
Yeah. I think it's been like 106 degrees in the last week, and probably for another week or so like that. Yeah, it's been way too hot. Can't even walk my dog.
Yeah, I bet he's not enjoying that.
No, not at all.
How is he doing? Is he doing okay with the move?
Yeah, he's adjusting just fine. He hasn't he has a tendency to like mark around all the houses and everything, or at my mom's house and when there's dogs around, but he hasn't marked here yet, so it's a good sign.
That is a good sign. So that means he's getting comfortable and you don't have to worry about those issues. How old is he?
He's about to be 5.
Oh, okay. He's a big cute fluff ball.
Yeah.
Everyone loves dogs. If you don't love dogs, better check yourself. It's okay to be a cat person, but gotta like dogs. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So T, how did you get into shooting?
How did I get into shooting? So in 2020, let me back up 3 years before that. So I got my license to carry. And I never decided to buy a gun up until 3 years later, which is in 2020. Reason being was just I was scared of it, wasn't very sure of it. Just, the facts, just having a gun on me and carrying it on my body and things like that was just like, it was terrifying. So eventually, 2020 happened and all the COVID crap happened, and I hear a lot of threats on like Asian hate and just like neighborhood crime and everything like that. So eventually I just bought my first carry gun, which was a Glock 43X. And then Jen and we started practicing like almost every single day at the indoor range. And we were like, hey, we're not that bad at this. And eventually we got connected with some of the right people, which was Ryan Wilkes, which is, he's a local instructor in Dallas here. And he was hosting like some practice matches for USPSA. And we went to that and just haven't looked back.
That is pretty cool. It was kind of cool because I think we all kind of came up around the same time. You guys a little bit before me, so it's kind of cool to see the progression of you and Jen and being able to follow. It's kind of cool because y'all know who shoots together down in the Dallas area because like you all used to go out to eat together all the time, so you know who was there.
Yeah.
But there's nothing wrong with going out to eat afterwards. So it's like it's part of the ritual, right? It's like you shoot, and then it's like after the last stage is like where are we going to eat? That's like the first question.
Yeah, it's always fun to like when we're done shooting, we go somewhere to eat, and then we look at our videos and like discuss our videos and stage plans and everything like that, and what we could have done better, and then look at our scores. So it's kind of fun to like have a follow up and talk about that stuff afterwards.
Oh, absolutely. It's always fun. It's especially when you have a dumpster fire and everyone's making fun of you. It's like,
Yeah.
don't do the, or they're doing the competitor app like what if, like
Yeah,
if this didn't happen, I would have beat all of you. It's like, but you didn't, but it's all good.
I'm a big what if person. I'm like, what if this? What if that? Take out all my 10 mics. What if that?
If I have a malfunction, that's typically only time I'll use like a what if. It's like if I didn't have the malfunction and I saved these 3 seconds, like realistically, where would it have been at?
Yeah.
But or I'm one of those people right now, so I'll shoot my carry optics gun, and then I'll just like in the local match, I'll like, all right, open major. What would I have done if I had an open gun? It's a bad tendency to do, but I like
Have you
it.
started open yet?
No, I have not. I'm working on it. Hopefully, the gun will be finished after nationals.
Okay.
So I'll be shooting open first thing in the next season, if not the off season. So
Cool.
I'm excited. I am too. I mean, I've almost got everything. I just got to get, what is the last thing? I've got a list right here. And what do we got? Mags. Got to get the mags still.
You take like the X mags?
No, I'm actually gonna go. My builder. How we're doing it is infinity bodies with Terran pads.
Okay.
Because before MBX they were like the gold standard. So. And I won't have to mess with it. So yay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So you said you got your first carry gun was your G43X. What was your first competition gun?
First competition gun was a Shadow 2. So I started shooting
production. Why did you pick the Shadow 2?
I think one of my friends, he doesn't really shoot USPSA. He started like started to shoot with us for a little bit, but then he kind of dropped that. But he was just talking. He knows a lot about guns. He has like a shit ton of them in his storage, or in his safe. But like he was just telling me that CZs are like the shit. They're very hipster type of guns. Everybody likes these kind of guns and everything. So I was like, okay, cool. So then I bought one and I shot it, and I was like, okay, this gun is pretty sweet. It's pretty amazing. I've never shot like a full frame gun before, and all steel either. So it was different. And I was like, man, this makes me look really, really good at shooting.
Mm-hmm. And then how long did it take you to go from production to carry optics?
Yeah, so I went from production. I think I switched to carry optics after 3 months, and then maybe like a month or 2 months after that, I went straight into open.
Now, from going from the CZs, what was the pull to go like pretty much straight to open?
Well, I met Ken actually during shooting when I started USPSA, and he was shooting open at the time too, and he had an Atlas Chaos, and so I was kind of in the market for an open gun, and I just figured, he shoots an Atlas, maybe it's a good gun, so I went ahead and just bought one too. And like I think shooting open has like really opened up a lot of it gave me a lot of information to like learn a lot of new things, and especially with like Ken teaching me a lot of everything too, like I guess having the same gun, having spending time together with reloading and everything too, kind of taught me a little bit more about how my gun actually functions and what is needed to make it run properly. So it's been a great learning experience doing that with him.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, absolutely. It's definitely nice to have a very your training partner and someone you can always deep dive off of.
Yeah.
And it helps when they're not that far away, right?
Yeah.
It's like, or it's speed dial. What are you doing? Why are you dry firing without me? Yeah, so that's really cool. So, if you had to do that over again, would you have gotten an Atlas or would you have gotten something else?
Well, I think you already knew this, but I just sold my Atlas, and I just got an Infinity. Both Ken and I got an Infinity. I think if I could start over, I'd probably just jump straight into an Infinity. And especially like before I was doing shooting 9 major, and now 38 super comp, and it's just like I haven't put very many rounds through it, probably just like 10 or 15 or something like that. But it's quite a bit difference. Like it feels so flat and almost feels like cheating, really.
Mm-hmm. Do you feel awkward now that after every match or every practice session you're picking up your 38 super comp brass?
Well, I haven't shot a match yet, but I'm not looking forward to it. But yeah, that'll eventually have to happen.
Yeah, well, I'll start feeling like Eric Steiner, just picking up all his little brass off the ground.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, you got to do what you got to do. That stuff's not cheap, especially when you got to buy pretty much brand new Starline brass.
Yeah, we got lucky. We did a group buy with some of our Dallas people, and we bought like 60K at a time, and so they were able to bump the price down quite a bit, a lot cheaper than what you would see on their website right now. So
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Now I see recently you've switched holsters too. Why did you switch to the double alpha?
Well, okay, so I went from Everglades, right? To double alpha. Everglades has like these two magnetic wheels on there, and it scratched up my finish quite a bit on the Atlas, and I just did not want to do that to my Infinity. So I switched to the double alpha, and it seems pretty smooth so far. I've only gotten a few, one night of dry fire with it, doing draws, and I like it so far.
Yeah, I can't complain. I also picked a double alpha holster, so I'm not a special. I don't have a dog sticker on mine yet, so we're okay there.
We gotta get you. You have a dog though, right? You have a corgi.
I've got two. Yeah, I've got the male and the female, and they're entertaining. I'll say that, but I wouldn't have it any other way. I'd have to have two dogs if I had to redo it.
They're a lot of work.
Yeah, they're a lot of work, but they entertain each other to a point. So it's like, I'll go play over there.
Yeah, that's pretty nice.
Now, other than I know you've taken a couple classes from JJ, have you taken any other formal instruction?
If you would consider, so Ryan Wilkes, I mentioned him earlier, he's our local masterclass instructor. He does a lot of classes. I think he just did a class did instruction with Gabby recently too. But I've done like 2 lessons with him, private lessons with him. So that was really, really good. I did it like very early on when I first started shooting. And he still hosts like practice matches and gives a little bit of instruction there. I haven't gone to one of those recently, but he's still been doing that. And then JJ's classes, I've taken 3 of his now, I believe. And just I learn something new every single time when I'm doing his classes.
I learned something the last time we talked about this because I'm looking at hosting JJ. I just got to get off my butt and talk to the gun club. Is that I need donuts with chocolate and peanuts.
That's right. I think you reached out to me about that and asked me.
Yep, I had to because you got to make the guy who's teaching you all the good stuff happy.
Yep. Exactly. Yeah, the thing is with JJ, like you got to feed him. He won't eat. Like he won't bring his own food, and if you want him, I mean, he has so much energy still, but if you want him to keep that energy, you gotta feed him.
Well, like Jessica puts it, he is like the 3rd child.
Yeah.
So that's how it works.
Yep.
So, currently you're what, B class open, or did we bump to A yet?
I'm at 73%.
Oh, you just need like one more. Well, depends on what's gonna fall off next, right? That's always the downside of it, right?
Yeah, I just need one. I think it was 7. I need 185%. I can't remember exactly what the calculation was, but I think I need 185% in order. No, I need a 75% in order to bump up to A class.
Oh, okay. There we go.
Yeah.
So, do matches actually slow down during the summer in the DFW area, or is that just are you choosing because it's too hot?
Yeah, it's just way too hot. Matches are still going on regularly. Attendance, I think, has been slowing down a little bit, and volunteer work and everything. But yeah, they're still going on. I just haven't been attending any of them just because, I learned from the last major I did was Oklahoma section, and that was in June, and it was just maybe, yeah, I think it was June. It was just way hot and just became really unproductive. And so it's like at that point, I'm just kind of wasting ammo because my mind is not in its right place. And so it's like the heat really messes me up mentally.
I don't blame you because I'm there too.
Yeah.
I definitely, if it gets too hot, I'm like, I'm tapping out. That's for sure.
Yeah.
But I don't blame you. I don't blame you. We had a local match last week and I didn't even shoot it. I went to the whole match, helped set up because I was the match director for this match. And she's like, well, I guess I'll run the timer for my squad because I didn't feel like shooting.
Well, at least you showed up. That's nice of you.
Yeah, well, it was that. It was like nothing better to do. So I was already planned for the day. So I was like, might as well go.
Are
Now,
you,
go ahead.
where are you?
Located in Michigan. So, yeah, so I'm about an hour and a half from the closest airport of Detroit. So, but I'm out about roughly less than an hour to our local gun club. That's the closest legitimate like USPSA club. So,
Wow.
yeah, it's rural, and that's all we get, kind of. So,
Yeah. So you get putting a lot of dry fire time in, so that's good.
yeah, I've been slacking on that lately. I haven't had motivation ever since I've decided to go to open. It's kind of like I don't even want to pick up the carry optics gun. I don't even want to look at it. But it's a terrible mentality for me to be in. But it is what it is, I guess. I gotta wake myself up or something.
Yeah, I kind of did that too when I knew my Infinity was coming. I was just like, I'm not going to drive with my Atlas anymore. I'm done with it. So.
Mm-hmm. I definitely don't blame you there. Now, speak because like the Atlas, you had what a PT grip on your Atlas.
Yeah, and that no, I had a chili grip on mine, which
Okay.
I think it's a little bit more like comparing mine to Ken's. He had a PT grip and mine was a chili grip. Mine was much more aggressive as far as the spikes go.
Mm-hmm.
So anytime I would just pick up the gun, it would just shred my hands up really bad.
Yeah. No, my gun will have that same chili grip on it, so I'll get used to having sandpaper hands again.
Yeah.
Now, so I know you haven't dry fired your Infinity that much, but how is it going from that chili aggressiveness to the sandpaper of the Infinity?
Oh, I love it. One, before, so on my chili grip, I used to have to put like some type of tape around there, like athletic tape. So that way, when I draw, I can actually like give me a little bit of sliding on there, so I can adjust if I needed to. Otherwise, without it, it would just stick. I couldn't move it at all.
Mm-hmm.
But with this gun, with the Infinity, I have the skater grip, skater tape grip on there, and it's just like it's grippy enough and it's smooth enough to where I can make adjustments if I needed to. So I really like it, and it just makes dry fire a little bit more pleasurable too, because it's like just much more enjoyable because it's not tearing up my hands and I'm not bleeding by the end of my session either.
Right. Yeah, that's definitely a bonus. I would
Yeah.
the first one I put like a very aggressive like skateboard tape on my carry optics gun. Yeah, it was like sticking everywhere and I'm bleeding and it's like
Yep.
this stops at some point, right? And then then the hands get baby soft again and then you're like, well, I got to do it all over again.
Yeah.
So, what are some of your current goals in shooting?
Current goals is eventually I'd like to get to A class this year. That's more of a, I guess, short term, midterm type of goal. Get to A class by this year. Long term goal is eventually be able to attend the world shoots or qualify to go to the world shoot. But that's quite a bit stretch, I would say, but definitely a big goal of mine and trying to work my way up there.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think those are great goals. Like for me, I'd love to make A class in something, but we'll see. I don't know. Maybe it's just not in the cards. But hey, it's okay. As long as we're having fun doing this, right? Because that's most of it, right? We got to have fun.
Fun.
Well, fun laughing at yourself, laughing at your squad mates. You never know. When you got people like Ken and Coy in the squad, I mean, you got to laugh, right?
Actually, Ken is like very serious whenever he's shooting. Coy, I think he's more like I can fuck around.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, We all love Koi, don't we? Right? Even his dogs love him.
Yes.
Maybe.
Yes.
So you haven't been dry firing much, so that doesn't work for that question. But anyway, back when you were, competing regularly, like super regularly and shooting matches and dry fire, what was your schedule like for training?
Training. So probably I would live fire maybe uh, once or twice a week, or sorry, once or twice a month.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe do like two local matches and then 2 live fire days, and then dry fire. Like I wasn't very consistent with dry firing. It's not definitely not like a daily thing for me. At least not in more recent months. Um, Usually whenever I'm working up towards like a major or something, that I'll kind of ramp up my dry fire schedule a little bit more. But yeah.
Mm-hmm. In dry fire, what was like what you say was like the hardest thing to kind of get at your grasp around, or something that you were perfecting, that you put a lot of time into?
Transitions, I think. Like one, it's like you can practice transitions and doing bump transitions while in dry fire. But that's of course like it's so much easier without like understanding what you're doing without the recoil actually happening and the loudness of it. And so trying to translate that into live fire and like trying not to react to the loudness and the recoil and everything. Like I knew exactly what to do and I practiced it in dry fire. Like as soon as you pull the trigger, just move on to the next target, right? But it's still like quite a bit of a struggle for me.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm still like constantly trying to work on transitions right now.
Yeah, a lot of people, a lot of ground could be made with transitions. That's for sure. Because, and if you probably watch, do you take any first person video?
No, I don't, but I should. I think that's definitely a good piece of information that I can take from.
Oh yeah, it definitely shows where you're like not necessarily hesitating, but giving up so much time. I
Yeah.
I I stopped taking first person video due to the fact that I like floppy brimmed hats at matches to keep the sun off my face. So I kind of stopped with mine, but it's a great I think it's a great training tool.
Yeah, I definitely do need to get a camera. Ken has one right now, but and I don't think he's used it all that much either. But I think just like having some type of weight on my head just bothers me. But I haven't tried it yet. I'm sure it's just getting used to with the weight on there. But that
Mm-hmm.
or like aim cam, I think would be pretty good too.
Yep, I'm debating between an aim cam myself and the Insta 360. Yeah, those seem like the most two popular options out there.
Yeah.
So I mean, they both got their pros and cons, right? One you got to put on a hat, the other you got on your face, and it kind of works and takes some adjusting on both, I guess, to make them optimal. But I do want to get into some listener questions. This question was put in. I kind of laughed when I read it. It's like, are there any plans to patent your leg kick?
Who said that? Am I allowed to ask?
Yeah. Now you gotta make me look who it is. I think it was John Wilson, fatty with a gaddy. I want to say.
That's funny. Um, yeah, they call it like I think Rob Epiphania. He called it like the stinky leg or something like that. But yeah, I don't know why I do it. It's just like maybe like an instant relief type of thing. Like I just finished the stage and I have all this like tension and everything, and I finally finished the stage and it's like like a sigh of relief, kind of like just kind of like dropping your shoulders, and that's I don't know. I think that's what I do. Like I have no idea, but it
Mm-hmm.
happens.
Yeah, well, and I know some people who do something similar. They just keep walking. Like you get them to try to unload show clear, and they're kind of still like taking 2 or 3 steps to the left or the right. And it's like, can you get this thing clear so then we can be done so we can go score this? No, so I understand. I understand that.
Yep.
Um, and then this person asks, how do you plan to survive in the streets when you reload looking at your magwell?
Well, I guess I'm dead. I'm dead 100 times over already. So
Right, or you got to keep it in your workspace, right? Is that how it works too?
yeah, I had I don't know if you remember, but I had like one video that went pretty viral. And I think that's what that comment or that question is referring to. But there was one video on my Instagram Reels where I think it eventually hit like 1.7 million views and over 4,000 comments or something like that, or likes. I don't remember, but a lot of interaction with that post, and it's just me just doing reloads with my open gun, and just a lot of trash talking from like it reached outside of the USPSA audience. It reached like a broader audience, and so obviously like they don't really understand looking at your mag wall and things like that. So a lot of interesting comments in that video.
Oh, absolutely. And you just watch them and they're just like berating you because they're like, they don't understand what we're doing. And it's like, you know, God, it's like, we're not pretending that they're shooting back at us. We're just want to be efficient.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that video got me like at least plus 2,000 followers. That was weird.
Hey, followers are followers, right?
Right.
Now, this is a pretty decent question. I think someone put in, if you were in charge of marketing for USPSA, what are the first 5 things you would want to change?
5 things. Okay. That's an interesting question because I've talked about this to a number of people already. But the first thing is like putting more information type of videos out there. Like USPSA Instagram, for example, should be kind of a place where if you're interested in getting into USPSA, how can what kind of information can I get from it? So as a new shooter coming on this, I think it would be a good platform for people to like if they did videos on, I know there's like a what is USPSA video, but it's terribly done on there. But it's really short little 1-minute clips I think would be really beneficial to people. So like what are all the make ready commands or RO commands and just things like that, just what to bring to your first match and eventually do like a couple more high level power level topics and everything like shoes and gear and all that.
Shoes are important. Gotta look good on the range. Our shoes
Yeah.
are very important. Now, would you try to use those videos and target like a younger audience with using reels and Tic Tacs kind of, or?
Yeah, I think making the videos like very trendy and like, okay, so most people don't really have much of a like a long attention span, and so really trying to catch people's eyes immediately is super important. So like I make a lot of Instagram reels, and I'm not saying like mine are like amazing or anything, but I think it's important that you instantly catch people's eyes and put the right music behind it or whatever information that you're sharing with them. So that can be done a lot better, obviously. Like right now on the Instagram, USPSA Instagram, it doesn't look very good. Let's just put it that way. I don't want to say too much, but it can be done a lot better.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you there. It definitely, it's much to be desired. We can put it on like that.
Yeah. So that, putting on a lot more like higher level shooter videos on there as well. I think it's okay. I think a lot of people have said something about like, why are you putting B class shooters or C class shooter videos on Instagram? But I don't think that's like necessarily a bad thing. I think especially for like newer shooters as well, like it kind of makes them feel more like it's more relatable, I guess. Like, okay, this person's not that great, and I'm probably not that great either, but I could be like this person. So it's just more welcoming, I guess, to level shooters too. But definitely putting more higher level shooters on there.
And absolutely, but sometimes even the higher level shooters like Max doesn't post public video. Like you'll never see Max post on Instagram a stage run because it's who Max is. So, but I definitely agree. As long as you got those people, those higher level shooters on there, I still think there's a good place for the lower level guys because it's realistic, right? you're not going to show up to your first match and be amazing, because it's just not how it's going to work.
Yeah. Yeah. And I do think like a lot of the higher level shooters, besides, I think JJ always posts his videos, but a lot of them are obviously paid to do lessons and everything and do their breakdown videos and things like that. So I can see why they probably don't post often. I think Eric Graffel is one of them like that.
Yeah, but God, Eric Graffel makes everyone look terrible.
Yeah. I don't know how he does it.
Well, he got really fat and then he got really skinny. That's that.
Did he?
Yeah. Like if you look back like 2014, Eric was a little chunky.
No way. I could not see that.
Yep. He got out of shape, and then now he's like this fit god. Him and JJ are just drinking like the blood of their enemies or something and getting younger.
Yep.
Okay. But I guess I really should preface this. Like, you are like a guru when it comes to videography. Like, you do really good work, and everyone like awes at like your reels and the videos you put together, even like your little promos. Even like what the other day you were teaching people how to take use the slidey trick with their phones.
Yeah. I used to do a little bit of videography work on the side. That's just like as a side hobby gig thing. But I've done some video work in the past. I've shot for the Dallas Cowboys before as well, doing their social media, Instagram stories. And I've done wedding videos. I've done worked with Park Place Lexus before, and a couple other pretty cool big companies. But yeah, I mean, I have some experience with that and just like knowing what works and what's eye catching, I guess. So kind of, I don't think we really see all too much of that in the gun community. Like we see a lot of like iPhone video shots, lighting's poor and things like that. So I think, kind of changing that, especially in the USPSA community. I think it's gonna really do something pretty big for the social media world for USPSA.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. And when you would make a video, would you already have like an envision in your brain or like a storyboard really lined out, or would you kind of just let it flow to you and then figure it out from there?
Yeah, most of my videos are I'm just gonna let it flow. Like the one with my Infinity where I was doing the slidey thing, I was like, oh, okay, well, I just put my gun down right there and I was like, okay, wow, this background looks really nice. I'm just gonna shoot a quick video real fast. And it was nothing special. It was just, like me zooming in on the gun and zooming back out, and that was pretty much it. Put the right music behind it that I thought went well with it, and it turned out pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
And then I've had like for the other videos, like I've listed out a few skits or storyboards, or not really storyboards, but like just writing down ideas and everything of what type of videos that I want to do eventually. So one of them was that we had already done was the one I shot of Ken. It was grocery shopping with the USPSA shooter. That one got pretty popular, and I think that one was a really good one because it was like very relatable to people. Everybody would message or comment on that video as like, haha, I do that too. Or like, haha, my wife tells me I do this as well when I'm grocery shopping. It's just very relatable to the USPSA people. So definitely, I think that it's just more enjoyable to people when they see something that they can relate to.
Mm-hmm. Well, and I actually do. I'll drop step at work a lot. I'm just like, oh, I gotta go this way real quick. Well, drop stepping. It's like, but I do think of Ken doing that video, and it's like,
yeah, it just happens though. Like it just happens so naturally now.
Yeah, it's funny because I'm just like I'll do it and then I'll catch myself like, did I really just do that? Well, carry on, I guess, right?
Yep.
So yeah, that's another good thing too, making it relatable. Because if they don't relate to it, they don't have any reason to. If they don't catch their eye and they're not related to it, they just swipe on and move on and.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then eventually you stop watching their content, and then it's just like, oh, unfollow, be gone, Mm-hmm. So the next question is, when are you going to stop dropping reloads?
Dropping reloads.
Mhm.
Dropping reloads. Like, what do you mean by dropping reloads?
Them out of the gun, like
Oh, like
like
just pooping.
Mhm.
Hopefully not ever again. With I'll show you my infinity here, but yeah, the mag release. It's like where I can't even reach it really pressing it with my palm anymore. So hopefully it'll never be an issue again.
Now, did you have like a paddle or a button on the Atlas?
Yeah, it was an extended paddle, extended mag release. So um, it never really happened before, but up until I think that match. But I did change my grip a little bit, maybe a week prior. So just like changing the grip method. So I think like the way that I was gripping it just eventually hit it, and it didn't happen. It didn't ever happen up until that match day, which
Gotcha.
is really bad.
Yeah,
During
right. During a major, it's hotter than crap, and it's just like, oh well, it's gonna happen.
yeah, and so it happened, and then I was like, okay, well, I'm out of this game already. And then Lee Neal, he shoots an infinity, and then Michael Bathon, another one of our local guys, also shoots an infinity, and they're like, oh, do you want to borrow my infinity? I was like, okay, sure, why not? And I still had half the match to go, and so I eventually borrowed their guns for the rest of the match, and it was so much fun to shoot.
Did they hand you ammo too?
Yeah, they had extra ammo.
Oh, there you go.
Nice. Yep.
So whose gun looked prettier? Was it Lee's or the out of those two guys?
I liked. Okay, so Lee's was a much older gun.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, he still had like the Seymour sight and everything on there. It was just a very, very older build. And then Bathon had a newer Infinity build, so it was very sleek.
Mm-hmm.
I like his a lot more. I just didn't like the green that he puts on there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But you and Ken kind of went simple with your builds. You went with the black and hard chrome look.
Yeah, yeah. I think for both of us, we're very minimalistic and just like everything as simple as can be, just to keep it clean. And so, so like mine just only has serrations here in the back, and then up here it's all flat. And then my grip, I just put gold in here. Ken has an all black grip tape, and then he's a black frame as well. I went with a silver frame, but yeah, it's a very similar and just very simple build.
Yeah, and it's got that sparkle.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to have the sparkle on it because it's not worth it unless it's got a little bit of bling. I mean, if you're gonna shoot an infinity, besides that it says infinity, there's some form of bling on there.
Yeah, that's what everybody was saying. Like, if you're gonna go infinity, you got to make it as flashy as possible because there's no other manufacturer gun builder that does anything like this. But for me, it was just like I want something that I know I'll never get tired of looking at and be timeless. And so I like the very simple look.
Oh, absolutely. I don't blame you there. I mean, we don't all have Eric Steiner money to go blow on super crazy cuts and super bougie. I love you, Eric. I just got to pick on you. I don't know if you'll listen, but I got to pick on you.
Yeah. I think if I did want to do an intricate design, I would do like scrolling or something, but I heard that costs a lot of money. A lot of money.
No. Yeah, it's probably like everyone's first unborn child or something like that. And just like sell your soul to get
Yeah.
But you never know. You never know. You never know. You never know what the next infinity might be. Because you're planning on getting a second one, right?
I think so, yeah. Probably not this year, probably not next year, but maybe the year after that.
Right. Yeah, you never know. Or it's just Ken, hand me your gun. My gun went down, right?
Yeah, exactly, yeah. For now, I think we are each other's backups.
Well, that's how it was when you had Atlases, right?
Well, that was the intention, but his gun went down a couple times, but my grip was just so much more different, and my trigger was much more different than his too. So he is Koi's as a backup gun, and not mine.
Oh, well, see, there you go. Then you don't have to worry about him asking for your gun, right?
Yep.
That's always good too, I guess, right? Be like, no, my gun. My
But if
precious.
mine goes down, then I can use his.
Right, exactly. Now there's no excuse because it's the
Exactly.
same ammo, pretty much the same gun.
Hmm.
Now, what thumb rest were you using before the Infinities came?
I had the Go gun.
Did you have any complaints about that one?
Um, no, I mean, it's pretty much all I knew, right?
Hmm.
So I never thought anything different or tried out any other ones before, but I kind of just adjusted to it and then it worked for me. So no complaints there.
Yeah, nothing wrong. Nothing wrong with that. I know a couple people who still use the Go guns. So that's
Is
not.
there is there like a is there something that people have said about it that they don't like about it that I
No, it's just, some people like certain things, right? There's a lot of people who like the TiVo. There's a lot of people who like the Panda, you
Mhm.
know, and and I think the Go Guns was super popular for a long while. Just it's like that's what builders opted to put on guns or not at all. No, I'm just curious because like I said, I know a couple people who run the Go Guns, and then some people are just like, no, I don't want that.
Yeah. I mean, it's all I ever knew, so I never thought to change it or anything. I just I made it work for me.
Right. So, I want to talk a little bit about nationals last year. Um, that was your first nationals experience, right?
Yep.
What did you think of the match as a whole?
Um, it was really fun. Um, I don't really know too much about like stage designs and everything. I know like okay, so I remember section 3 or section C, I think is what they called it. I think those were Shannon Smith's stages, and everybody like I heard a lot of people say like, "Oh, you gotta be careful with this, for that section. It's the hardest one." And I think it like they incepted my brain, and I made it that much more difficult for myself too. Which I mean, it was already very difficult, but I think I made it much more difficult with just like everybody telling me that it was difficult. But yeah, those swingers really got me. There were some like delays on one of the bays that had the double two stages on one bay or whatever. So we had to wait a little bit on that one. But overall, I thought the match was really good. It was it was just a lot of fun for me.
Mm-hmm. That's always good. Oh, you gotta have that's why we go, right? But you did fairly well in the ladies category. You came in what I think at least top 10 in the ladies, which is
I
pretty
think so.
remarkable for your first nationals. So I mean, you can't complain there, right?
Yeah,
But
10 or 11 overall for ladies.
yeah, let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, eighth. Eight. I have practice score pulled up because that's how I roll. But so if you could have picked a stage that was your favorite out of those national stages, what would that be?
Stage 18
Oh, with the
was really,
running, the
yeah,
running.
the last stage. Yeah, in section C.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it was a big, long stretch stage. There was a lot of running involved in like. So I came into that stage, and I put it in my caption on when I posted this video too. But I came into that stage like really excited because I was like, okay, I'm gonna use my running speed to my advantage because there's a lot of running involved here. Um, but eventually, like getting all the way down to the very last part was the two half ipstick swingers, and I just spent way too much time on it, and I still mic'd it after
Mhm.
taking very, at least 4, 6 makeup shots and adding at least 10 seconds to my time just waiting for the swingers and doing the makeup shots. So I should have just, took 2 or 3 passes on each one of them. They went really fast. So 2 or 3 passes on each one of them and just be done and just moved on. And I think I did a what if on that one, and my score would have been a lot better.
Mhm. Now, when did you shoot that stage? Was it like second or was it the last day?
I think it was my second day. Yeah, I started in section B, zone B,
Mm-hmm.
B, C, and A. Yeah.
Right on. Now, if you had to take that match back, what would you change? Knowing what you know now, what would you change about that performance?
Just my performance.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just one is like I don't really have enough experience shooting swingers, and this probably relates to everybody too. Like we just don't have swingers, and when we have it at local matches, like some of ours are pretty janky, and so they run really slow, or they just don't work as they were intended to. But yeah, just practicing. If I could do it over, I would focus more on what I need to when I'm seeing the swingers, and just like activating it, and just not being so scared and anticipating, so like all the movement and everything. I get very nervous whenever I see and very intimidated when I see swingers and activator sequences, because I know it's like I have to hit this one, and I have to make this timing perfect before the swinger comes out, and just trying to perfect it is just like it makes me very, very nervous. But just trying to relax and just let the shooting happen, is what I need to do.
Gotcha. That makes definite sense. Yeah, a lot of people definitely. A lot of people don't have experience on movers, or like you said, the swingers at the club are super janky and they're slower than dog crap. And you're like, can we get something that's like greased at least, so then it kind of moves fast?
Yep.
So I definitely
We
understand that.
everybody needs a Leif.
Yes, everyone needs a Leif Kunkel. Well, it's
Yep.
even better is when you have the guy who taught Leif Kunkel to be Leif Kunkel. So that's always beneficial too. We come up with, like, at my club, we come up with some wacky things like, oh, we're gonna put the 8-foot sticks on this swinger, and this thing is gonna whip, and you're only shooting it. You don't get the dwell at all. It's right in the middle, so you're shooting it. It's,
Yeah.
it's some cool stuff.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember he was showing all his videos on how he builds stages, and I think he hosted the Kentucky section. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so he seems to know what he's doing, and like today, like I'm asking him on home improvement stuff, like, hey, well, how do I do this project? And he'll message me back and like give me tips and pointers. So it's really, really cool. Very handy guy.
Yes. Yeah. He's a very good dude. I'll see him here in a couple at the end of the month. I'll see Leif. It'll be good to see Leif again.
Cool.
He's coming up, and we're both working the Area 5 match, so that'll be fun.
Where's Area 5 at?
My home club, Brooklyn Sportsman's Club. It's in Michigan, so I'm kind of sad. Coy flaked out on us, that bugger, but I can understand. I talked to him about it, so I completely don't forgive you though, Coy. But anyway,
I didn't get dropped. I know he was just talking about it. We were booking flights for Area 3 coming up.
mm-hmm.
And he goes, "Oh shit, I haven't booked Area 5 flights yet." And that was just like maybe a week ago or something. And so
Mm-hmm.
I guess that's why he dropped.
Yeah, I understand. And he's not right. Well, he's changing crap on his gun, so it's like I don't blame him. I don't blame him. Except he was on a really good squad too. He's shooting with like all the Team Infinity shooters, so it was kind of cool.
Dang.
Yeah, he was shooting with what? Panda, Gianni, Mel, Eric, Bruno. Now I'm forgetting everyone else now. Oh well. Sorry. I'm
Fun.
Yeah. But yeah, so Area 5's coming up, which I'm excited for. So but now I had a brain fart, but it's okay because now I think I got what I was going with next. So we were just talking about nationals. Now we're gonna go talk to the match that was too damn hot to shoot, Oklahoma. um, why'd you guys even choose to go to Oklahoma? Was it because it was close?
Yeah, it was only a 4-hour drive for us. We did Oklahoma section last year as well, but I think they had it later in the year. And then this year they had it in the summer for some reason. So yeah, it was only 4 hours drive, and we're like, okay, let's just do it. And I thought it was a really good match. The stages were pretty technical. I thought whoever designed it was really, really good, and I enjoyed the stage designs a lot. But yeah, it was just not working for me. The heat.
Yeah. I think Blanton might have a thing about that. If you didn't wear all black, it wouldn't be so bad.
Black makes you look faster, skinnier, just look better. But yeah, I have a white jersey that I should probably wear during summers going forward.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't disagree. I like lighter colors as well. It just feels a little bit cooler.
Yeah.
Well, at least it hopefully you feel a little cooler. Sometimes it just doesn't work out that way.
Yeah. The thing is with Oklahoma that there's no breeze at all.
Mm-hmm.
There's no breeze. It was humid too. Like they had just got done with some rain the night prior, and it was 100 something degrees. It was humid and no wind at all. So you can just imagine how hot we were.
Mm-hmm. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. It's just yuck.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't like those matches either. Give me the dry heat all day.
Yep.
So, what is your next major on the books then?
Area 3, August 15th weekend, I think.
Mm-hmm.
It's about a month away.
Yep. Any matches after that, or is everything up in the air now?
No, I have the rest of the year planned. I was going to do Area 8, but I think I have to drop that. I have one of my buddies' weddings to go to. I think Ken is still going to go to that, though. Then I have Optics Nationals. I'm planning to shoot Optics Nationals, although I haven't had much time with my CZ, my Optics gun at all.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll probably do like a month ramp up and recalibrate a month prior to Optics Nationals. And then I have Open Nationals, and then I think Area 4 sometime between that, and North Texas Open, which is after Nationals, and then I think Infinity canceled their match.
Mm-hmm.
And so I oh, and then the Gator Classic in Louisiana. Jeff Smith is hosting that one.
Oh, that's pretty cool then. Yeah, so the Gator must be it must be one of those later matches, kind of like Area 2.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll be cool.
Yeah, this one's in early November, I think. So, and they're only 3 hours from me, so it's gonna be an easy one.
Yeah, and it's definitely not super hot there in
Yeah.
November.
Yep. And word has it is there might be a crawfish boil or shrimp boil at least after. So.
Ooh, that does sound good.
Mm-hmm.
Get your eat on. Now, lately, it seems like the past couple of weeks you've been posting food pictures and videos. It's like, God. Now, what is your favorite cuisine or favorite dish? If we have to get that specific.
Pho, Vietnamese food all the way. Like Vietnamese, I could not live without Vietnamese food. But if I could eat one dish every day for the rest of my life, it would be pho, which is a noodle, like a chicken or beef broth noodle soup. So good.
Is it? It sounds so good. I need to go and get me some real pho.
No. You haven't had real pho?
No, I haven't had real pho.
Oh man.
Yeah.
If you ever come to Dallas, Jen has a really good restaurant, pho restaurant.
What is it? What, fuzz for lovers or something?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, it's funny because when I talk to Chua, it's all we talk about seems like food or something.
Yeah.
But fat guys got to eat, right? But that's cool. Did I forget something? I probably did. I might have forgot. Oh, speaking of my hat, your shirt, Saker Speedworks. That's always cool. I have a couple of shirts. I have 4 shirts now. I couldn't believe that I actually have 4 shirts now. But I can't wear 2 of them. I can't wear 2 yet.
Why?
I don't have an open gun yet, so I can't wear my only shoot open shirt. And then I have blue bonnet. Yeah, I got the blue bonnet shirt first. So then I was like, damn it, I can't wear it. Yeah.
You can still wear it. We'll even know.
Yeah, kind of.
Great grocery shopping.
Yeah, it is great grocery shopping shirts. But Next Level Apparel makes fantastic base shirts. So soft.
Yeah, a really good material.
And they're sized really well. It's not like they shrink either. Like you throw them in the wash and they don't shrink. So everyone should go get some Saker Speedwork stuff. You guys have new stuff coming out, right?
Ken is actually working on. He's thinking about doing some new designs pretty soon here, so I know that's going to be part of the plan.
Good.
New designs, new colors, and everything too.
There's a doggo.
That's my doggy.
Yep. That is a big old puppy. For you audio listeners, you don't get the joy of an experience of seeing her dog. Oh, big stretch. I do that every time. So one of my dogs does this stretch and just like, oh, big stretch.
Big stretch. Big yawn.
Yep, big yawnies. But yeah, so that's some pretty cool stuff coming up. Are you taking any classes in the next coming year?
No, wasn't planning to. I think this year, like, I'm pretty booked on matches and PTO and everything. So next year, possibly, I'd really like to take like a Christian Seiler class, maybe a Mason Lane class, and I think there's a few others that I had in mind. Who's the mental management? Steve Anderson guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I definitely wanted to do one of his classes too. That's what I struggled most on, is just the mental game.
Yeah, I mean, I think we all do to a certain extent. Even though some of us think we have it down okay, there's always the something got in your way kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we are getting near the end of the show just because how things work. I didn't miss any listener questions, so that's good. If I did, someone sue me because wait, I almost forgot Brad's question. How much do you charge for an hour of remodeling?
Is that Brad also?
Yeah.
For you, Brad, $150 an hour. Make it cheap.
Oh, damn. You've been really remodeling on that house though. Like you did the laundry room and then
Yeah.
what, the fireplace?
Yeah, I'm planning to add some more things. Like there's still a lot of ongoing projects that I've been planning to do, but just with time and everything, it's been a struggle. I still need to get, like, I'm still eating on a TV dinner table right now, so I need to get a table eventually.
Now, is the house move-in ready? You're just like, sprucing it up with aesthetics and whatnot.
Yeah, it was pretty much move-in ready. Yeah. So, but I was like, I don't like the paint here, so I'm just gonna repaint it. Repainted the whole thing. Repainted the cabinets. Everything was just like blue in here, and so I like more of a warmer tone.
Mm-hmm.
Feels more cozy. So I changed everything to much more warmer colors.
Right. Speaking of warmer colors, do you when we talk about lighting, do you like the blue light or a yellow light?
I like more yellow.
Yeah.
Just more. Yeah.
Yeah, I tried it but I don't know. I just like the blue light personally. Like my whole house has blue lights in it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It just, I don't know, it just like feels warmer and like cozier and just like makes you in a much more happier mood, I guess, for me at least.
Yeah.
Like if you look on I don't know if you see my personal Instagram, but it has like a lot of my photography and videography stuff on there. But a lot of very warm colors on there.
Mm-hmm.
Warm tones.
Yeah, and that's pretty cool. It's because it has like the pictures of your vehicle. Did you ever get rid of your vehicle?
No, I still have that.
Yeah. I swear to God, I saw you post a story or something about trying to sell it or something. So, or were you thinking about it?
I was just thinking about it, but I haven't actually posted it anywhere yet. I know the resale value on Forerunners is really, really good right now.
Mm-hmm.
People are willing, if you do private sales, people are willing to pay like more than what you actually bought it for. So it's that's mostly the reason why I was thinking about it, and I just wanted something a bit more practical. Like ever since I started shooting, I don't really do any of that off-roading stuff anymore. So now I just want to be able to get to the range as quick as possible and easy as possible. So I just want a more practical car.
Nothing wrong with that. Like I stopped driving my truck pretty much completely, and I switched to one of those kind of like subcompact cars, not like a smart car, but like almost there, where I'm getting like 30-ish to the gallon. So I'm like, yeah, I'll zip around real quick with that thing instead of driving the truck. Like it's like 13 miles to the gallon.
Yeah, mine's like 14 right now.
Stupid. Yeah. Well, I mean, you could always get like a one wheel or like a Segway, or if you don't have to commute for work, you can just work from home.
Yeah.
I mean,
And
that would be nice, working from home.
I was telling Ken, I think we should just, I'm gonna get a minivan, and that would make getting to the range and putting our gear, loading our gear, taking it off and everything so much easier.
Hmm. But then you gotta also have it like one of those conversion vans where you have a bed in there and like a sink
Hmm.
and just live in the dang thing. And then you can just drive to matches, sleep in the van, and then you don't have to rent a hotel.
There you go. That saves so much money.
It's like it's buying a camper without committing to the camper.
Yeah.
Oh, great. Now, we need to pay. I get well. Do you have sponsors, T?
I have non-exclusive partners, I guess you could call them, but Walkers is one of them. Walkers and their family of brands, which includes like QC, Bridgeport QC, and TechMat.
Mm-hmm.
Sponsored by Staker Speedworks.
I'd hope so, right?
And no, I got free shirts from them. That's
Yeah.
pretty much it.
Just an infinite amount of free shirts, right?
Free shirts, free hats. But I do some of the labor for him for free. I do all the folding and everything, but I don't get paid. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Block grips, and that's it.
Mm-hmm. I will say those Ear Pro were definitely a good recommendation because I have a pair of them. I didn't get the Bluetooth version. I got the other ones, but they're muy bueno, especially with the jug cups and the cooling band.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I spent like $40 on them. They were cheap, but they're freaking fantastic.
Yeah.
I just don't recommend putting rechargeable batteries in them though. They sucked the life right out of the batteries, so I had to put regular batteries back into it.
Yeah. I just use regular batteries, and I always keep some extra batteries in the range bag in case.
Mm-hmm. That is always a good sign too. I always got to have extra batteries, especially with red dots. You think you have enough dot batteries, you always need more.
Yep.
That is for sure. Now, T, where could they find you on the internet?
They can find me on Instagram at Tingo Shooting, which is spelled THYNGO Shooting. Yeah, just reach out to me there. Mm-hmm. My dog is playing with his ball.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that because that's all that matters is ball. So there's nothing wrong with that. And you also have a YouTube channel that you don't really post too much.
Yeah, all my videos that you see on my Instagram are also on. Like, some of them are posted on my YouTube, but I was trying to just do a bunch of classifier posts on there. Mm-hmm. So mainly what you'll see.
Yeah.
On the YouTube.
Yep, that's pretty cool though. But T, I do want to thank you for coming on the podcast today. It's been fun. I learned a lot. We got to be entertained by your dog playing with their ball, which is a-okay because dogs are life. So I want to thank you for coming on. It's been fun.
All right, appreciate it.
Yeah. And to the listeners, thank you guys for checking it out. Thank you for being here every week. Until next time, get out and do things, and I'll see you on the next one.